Please give it up for Nancy Johnston.
Hey everybody. Do I have any lesbians out there? Excellent. I'm going to have some questions for you later. So let's do a little bit of housekeeping here, okay? So first of all, as you may have already noticed, I do vibe like a former gender and women's studies professor who smoked medical marijuana and dressed the way that she thought people dressed for a rave. There's not much I can do about it. It's true, I was in the first generation of people to be an out queer studies professor. You can't really shake it, so I just try to sort of vibe with it. I get the impression it's probably okay with this audience. It does shut down men a little bit because you never forget the first person to ever explain like cis white male privilege to you. The second thing is the accent. So you may be shocked to hear that I don't come from here. I moved from Brooklyn to Barcelona in November 2022 because I can read. And because it's always been my American dream to die in a democracy. Preferably with health insurance. So, glad that we got that out of the way. How many people were here at the first Gayety show? Oh, that's great. Oh, it's so great. And please don't tell them I said so, but I was like, wow, either this is a new group of people or like everyone got a whole lot hotter. Damn. So, I fell in love over the summer. And I hope that you can be happy for me because it has been a minute. There have been people born, raised, and bar mitzvahed in the time since I last met anybody significant. How did it happen, you may ask yourself? Well, I got on a plane in July and I flew 2 hours to a place called London. And in just 2 hours, I went from being the oldest person on the comedy scene here, surrounded by people who are like, oh, I'm turning 30 and my parents are so problematic and I haven't come out yet. To like, bitch, there is no one left for me to be visible for on Lesbian Visibility Day. Okay, and like hold my beer, and by the way, my parents are dead. I didn't kill them. I didn't ask for them to die, mostly. But I will say that the advantage of being without them for a few years means that therapy can catch up. So I flew 2 hours. I found myself in London, and all of a sudden I had the best tan of anybody in the city, and I was athletic and fuckable. So, I mean, really, no, I love Barcelona, but it is a very, very young town, right? It's a very, very, very young town. So I'm going to be 64 on October 14th. You know, and people, I don't know what happens here. Like, it's like women are over 45. What do? You give them a fucking cat and an ice floe and tell them to go hide somewhere? Here, die with this. And by the way, when you do, this can take you away. I'm not really sure what happens because my entire time here, I've attracted two kinds of women. Women under the age of 30 who clearly missed their gender and women's studies professor, no thank you. I did not fuck you then and I will not fuck you now. And women over the age of 50 who have taken crap care of themselves and want me to die in the house with said cat and them. And so I was just like, I don't know, maybe I'll just like be like a nun in a convent. Okay, all right, whatever. So I met my boo out in the wild, not on the apps, out in nature like God intended. Who knew? Oh, and by the way, like people think that frequently when I tell people my age, they're like, how did you do that? And I'm like, I'm sober, longer than Taylor Swift has been alive. I don't smoke, and I didn't have you. No parents, but I think that I've had more sleep than your parents did. So I have to say that this experience of finding someone really great, just great. There's something about feeling loved, about feeling desirable, that I think makes it clear what's important in life. I think it clarifies a lot of things. I think that I can feel this kind of joy because I've done the work, because I think that I've learned something from what life has handed me, and because I have someone who looks like a younger, healthier Sinead O'Connor texting me on the regular telling me she can't wait to go down on me again. It appears to be a real game changer. You know, they say that comedians are people with a hole in our soul that can only be filled by the laughter and approval of an audience. I don't think I dated you, did I? Oh, okay, just want to make sure. So they say that comedians are people with a hole in our soul that can only be filled by approval and laughter, but I am here to tell you that there are alternative methods for filling it. So now that I'm here with a whole bunch of folks and I'm getting back into things like sex with other people again. People are so funny, they're like, you did without sex for 14 years. I'm like, if you are over the age of 14 and you don't know how to please yourself, your skills need to be some rethinking. Like, no, I didn't have sex with other people. But I do have some questions for you, and I think that Iris was concerned because I usually do a bit. She was like, can you not do that bit? And I'm like, you can suggest that I need not do that bit. She wanted to make sure I did something really queer. So I have some questions for you since there's so many lesbians in the audience. Okay. So about this. I get this. Steady, slow pressure. What the actual motherfuck is this? Are there people out there who are like, ooh, I really want something that like, and then you go up a notch, and it's like Machine Gun Kelly. So I just want to say that if you can explain this to me, I would really appreciate it, and I hope that this was a queer enough substitute for the bit about swimming pools. In closing, I would just like to be the third professor you're seeing today, and probably more, since the only professions in Barcelona appear to be tech and teaching. And I just want to say that 64-year-old been out since. Also, this thing about. I just have to say that I feel that the colors of the lesbian flag need some explaining. This means that all of my favorite colors were already taken. The white definitely means that this person has never fucking dated a woman. Yeah, and definitely never gone to high school looking like this. I mean, I just have to say that I by the way, I identify as queer. Although I am strictly 100% muff diving, that my girlfriend is bisexual, you know, and thank fucking God, because it's good that someone has worked out their issues on penetration. And that, like, I just want to say that I'm glad that we can celebrate being lesbians or being queer, but I just want to say it's not a superior sexuality. It's not like I got my DNA test and was like, whoa, 100% not into dick and related to Henry VIII. I really need to check that out. So, and this I remember from lesbian separatism in the 70s. This is a Labras. It's exceedingly ugly, also very sharp on either edge, meaning that Jews did not invent it. All right, you've been a wonderful audience. Thank you very much for your time.